Hi guys, welcome back here to Drone Emotion, a channel where we do drone videos and where we cover the most relevant drone news. Today we're back here guys once again, and this time we're going to be talking about the DJI Mini 3. That's right, in today's video we're going to be discussing the official leaks that we have so far. We're also going to be discussing the possible release date for this drone, as well as the specs and also the price and what to expect from the DJI Mini 3, my friends. So if you're interested in seeing this video, it's going to be a really exciting one, so you don't want to miss on it, my friends. But before we get started, make sure that you subscribe here on the channel so that you can keep up to date with the latest drone news. Plus, if you want to participate in our next giveaway that we're going to be doing soon here on our channel, make sure that you subscribe so you can participate. How big will the prize be? Well, that's all going to depend on all of you. How much of your support, my friends, we actually get. If we get little to no support, well, maybe we give away a filter, a case, or just maybe a landing pad. But if we get a really good amount of support from all of you, we might go ahead and give away another drone here in the channel, just like the giveaway we did a few months back, where we gave away a brand new Mavic Air 2 to one of our subscribers. So if you want to see another drone giveaway, make sure that you hit that subscribe button to let me know that you guys want to see this happening once again in the channel, my friends. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video, which is a very exciting one. So today we're going to be talking about the DJI Mini 3. So you might be a little confused. You might be saying, well, the DJI Mini 2 right here on screen was just released a month ago. How are you talking already about the DJI Mini 3? Well, my friends, we have some very interesting stuff to talk about the DJI Mini 3, my friends, and I know a lot of you are gonna get excited. So in order to get these leaks that I'm going to be talking about today, we need to go and analyze the DJI Mini 2. That is right, because the DJI Mini 2 has some really interesting hidden information that we can read under our assumption, and we can assume some really interesting information. So the first thing is that the DJI Mini 2 obviously it keeps the weight under 249 grams. So that is what DJI actually advertises, right? Well, that's right, but we're gonna be touching on that a little bit later on, because the real weight is a little bit less than that. So what are the main features of the DJI Mini 2? Well, we know we now have 4K and OcuSync 2.0, which are one of the biggest selling factors of the drone, as well as the 249 grams. But a lot of people still want something more. And what is that? I think that the Mini 2 still lacks two very important things that all beginner drone pilots need. First one, we need sensors, okay? And second one, okay, we have sensors, and the second one that a lot of people wanted but DJI didn't deliver was active track. So if we go back onto the DJI Mini 2, we discussed that the weight advertised is 249 grams, but the actual weight of the drone is not that. It's actually much more less, okay? So the actual weight of the DJI Mini 2 is 236 grams. So right here we have the DJI Mini 2 in the scale, right here on the screen. There we have it, my friends. So this is something very interesting and a subliminal message that we can assume from the DJI Mini 2 that leads us to believe that there will be a sequel to the DJI Mini 3, okay? We're going to be touching on the release date a little bit later on, okay? But why is this important? Well, that means DJI has 14 grams left of spare, and keep in mind this weight is with the battery on, okay? That's important to keep in mind. So we have 14 grams left for improvements to be added on to the later model, okay? So what could possibly be added? Well, remember the little LED light, my friends, that is in the front of the DJI Mini 2? Well, in case you don't, I'm gonna leave it right here on the screen for all of you to see. So that on the Mini 2 acts as an LED light that you can actually change colors, okay? But for me, that's not just an LED light. I think this this is what happened for DJI, or what they did in order to prepare for the next gen. Okay, so there's one possibility that DJI tried to fit some sort of obstacle avoidance, maybe cameras or maybe infrared sensors, like what we saw on the DJI Spark, which was DJI's first beginner drone at a very affordable price, and it included obstacle avoidance. So I don't know why it's not in the Mavic Mini 2 yet. So I think that what might have happened is that DJI tried to fit the obstacle avoidance, but with the rush time of getting it out onto the market, they didn't have the time to actually get it under the 249 grams, and maybe they went a little bit over that weight. So, or the second option is that DJI has left that little opening right there in the drone in order for the next generation DJI Mini 3 to be fitted with obstacle avoidance. And I think this is something very, very important and very crucial to all of those beginner pilots, because I think obstacle avoidance, at least on the front, is something that all beginner drones should have, and the DJI Mini 2 lacks that, and I think that's a little bit of a downside. So so that's a little bit of a negative point. So I think on the DJI Mini 3 we're definitely going to be seeing obstacle avoidance. I'm hoping at least on the front of the drone. I think that's going to be very important. I don't know if it's going to be infrared or it's going to be with sensors like what we find on the higher end level drones. Now, second thing, I think that DJI will add active track on the DJI Mini 3. I think that's something that the DJI Mini 2 lacks, and I think they should have no problem adding it on the next generation DJI Mini 3. Okay, now let's talk about release date and price. Okay, well, the DJI Mini 1 was released back in November of 2019. Okay, and then if we see the DJI Mini 2, well, it was released 1 year later. Okay, November of 2020. So will it make sense that we're going to be seeing the DJI Mini 3 in November of 2021? Well, I think that's not going to be really happening, in my opinion. I'm going to tell you why. Because I think that the Mini 2, as it stands right now, it has some incredible specs on the table. I think it's one of the best drones for the price, and nothing else really beats it out there. But as we've seen it with all DJI drones, except with the Mini 1, all of the drones have a lifetime of around 2 years. So I think there's no need to release a Mini 3 next year, but maybe I do think that we're going to be seeing, I'm pretty certain, a DJI Mini 3 probably in November of 2022. Okay, so that will be 2 years from now, but maybe DJI might actually surprise us and release it next year, just like what we saw with the Mini 2 and the Mini 1 that only lasted in the market for 1 year. So maybe DJI actually surprises, but I'm feeling more confident that we will be seeing the DJI Mini 3 on November of 2022. So that's my prediction, and I think it's pretty likely that that's when the DJI Mini 3 will be coming out. Okay, now let's talk about price, my friends. What price can we expect to see on the DJI Mini 3? Well, I think that the price on the Mini 2 right now, it's a pretty fair price considering everything that it offers. And keep in mind that the price was actually increased a little bit from the first generation by around $50. So I think DJI shouldn't go higher on the price, because then it wouldn't make such a big price difference, a price gap between the Air and the Mini version. So I think it's important for DJI to keep that $200 price difference between these two drones. So I think that's important to be there, that $200 to $300 price difference between the entry-level drone and the mid-level drone. I think that's important to be there. So I think, and I'm hoping, that the price stays at $449 while still being able to add that obstacle avoidance and also active track. So I think that's something that's very important for DJI to keep in mind, to keep their price in the $450 level for the base model, and $599 for the Fly More combo. So I think that's important for DJI, keep their price in the same level so that people might still be attracted to upgrade to the DJI Mini 3. And also I think maybe what other features might be added. I really don't think we're going to be seeing a completely different design. I'm really not thinking so, and especially because we see those little marks on the DJI Mini 2, which are the LED light and also the weight. So that leads me to believe the design on the Mini 3 will actually be very similar, okay? Just like what we saw on the Mini 1, on the Mini 2, that the changes were minimal, okay? Maybe we see one more minute of flight time, maybe 32 minutes, just like what we saw on the Mini 1, which had 30, Mini 2 31, and maybe Mini 3 32. So my friends, that's all that we have at the moment regarding the DJI Mini 3. It's coming. It's not coming very soon, but we know it will be coming in just a matter of time. So Mini 3 coming probably November 2020. Keep your calendars ready, because that's when the Mini 3 will probably be coming out. My friends, as soon as we have any more new leaks, info, specs, patents, anything regarding the DJI Mini 3, we're going to be keeping you updated here in the channel. So make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on that video. That's all we got for you today. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Drone Emotion, signing out.